Maddie's Footprints has been such a great source of emotional support. I mean, not only financially, that's mind-blowing what they can do for families. I mean, it's just absolutely wonderful, warm, happy, embracing people who are there for you no matter what. It's a really bad situation to be in, but it's better with these people.
Maddie's has been a tremendous help. They have been like a guardian angel to me. Contacted me weekly, text messages, phone calls, even cards I got in the mail, just checking on me. And even some of the women I have met there have like reached out to me, and I have met with them just to talk about everything and to see where I am emotionally and mentally with everything.
Like most things our family does, we kind of went the long way around. We found out about Maddie's after our last child died, our fifth daughter. We were at the funeral home making the arrangements, and the director made a phone call to someone from Maddie's, and that was the first time I had heard of the organization at all. Months later, a friend of mine who was a NICU nurse introduced us to the Footprints of Hope support group meetings. And we attended one or two, but we just kind of weren't ready. And then last April, there was a Mother's Tea that Reese reached out to me, and I came for that meeting, and then came a few more times and came a few more times, and it just got more and more comfortable.
It's definitely a club that you don't want to be in. By an act of God, you have met these people who are in a horrific situation like you. And it's just in the midst of chaos and just absolute craziness, they're your anchors. They understand why you look bad today, that you're in a bad mood today. So, I mean, I've already made some fantastic friendships, and it's only been since November.
The benefits that Maddie's provides, I've seen so many benefits, but I will tell you a few words that I hear from Maddie's Footprints families. They show the benefits of what Maddie's does. Some of those words are, they were there, which makes a big difference initially in their grief. Another line that I hear often is, when no one else wanted to talk about it, they asked. And I think the last most important thing that I remember is, at Maddie's groups, we cry together, we also laugh together.
When I walk into a support group meeting or one of the events, I just see a sea of faces who I know I don't have to ask, well, what happened? Or they're not gonna come and ask me what happened. They'll just say, well, tell me about your babies. No one had ever asked me that before. But here, I'm asked about them. There are people that I've met here that know my children by name. And they don't know any of my living children's names, but they know my babies' names. And for me, that's a switch. It's a good switch. It's almost like I'm finally able to let other people know that they were here. That I'm not crying because I'm crazy. These were people in my life, and I'm allowed to miss them.
Maddie's has helped me in a way to see the light in everything and not just stay in a dark place. Not being able to talk to a lot of people about it, just to have Maddie's there and they reach out to you, you know that somebody cares and that you're not alone. And when you're having those real deep, dark days, you can call, or they'll call you. It's just like, boom, the phone rings, somebody calls, hey, I'm just checking on you, So it has really helped me to keep pushing, to go forward and to live for my daughter.
It's okay to be sad because some people that have went through this before, so it kind of helps when you know that other people have gone through that.
Well, I mean, anything we do through Maddie's is more, from Vivian than it is from us, because it's because of her that we even have this opportunity to help others. So I don't want people to remember our names. I want them to remember, oh, this is, Vivian's parents that did this. I don't want them to think, oh, it was Sinead and Dylan. I want them to think that it was, Vivian's parents. So it's an, organization that she's got to be a part of, because she's missed out on a lot. So it's good to know that she's got a bunch of brothers and sisters, and they're all there together, and we're doing everything in their name. So
for me, Maddie was my firstborn, so I became a father when she was born. As far as just having Maddie's Footprints as another form of support Everyone has different ways of handling things, especially for men. Just to be there for your wife and or them be there for you, and to have everyone there for each other, so to speak, just makes it a little easier.
The gift of not having to worry about paying for Maddie's funeral was very inspiring to us, and we wanted to be able to pay it forward to other families.
When I sit down with the family, the first thing that they usually tell me is, we don't know what to do. I reassure them that you're with a good team. You don't have to know what to do. We're going to help you. We're going to be there for you. When they ask me at the end of the arrangements, well, how much do we owe? And I assure them that it's covered. And for them to have that burden lifted off of them, it's such a deep impact to watch their reaction and knowing that they're getting a service just not based on having to choose to have something very inexpensive, that they can decently say goodbye.
As a physician practicing here in Lafayette, I had a couple of patients that benefited directly from what Maddie's Footprints had to offer to the community. So after I saw how well that they benefited, I felt as though I needed to reach out and see how I could help the organization continue with their mission. We obviously know that Maddie's has a lot of support groups and just individual people reaching out to help with that emotional support, which is huge. But at the same time, while the families are dealing with this terrible, deep emotional hurt, they also can't get rid of the fact that they're experiencing this unexpected expense. So Maddie's comes in and I find just very easily takes that off the table.
The community support has been amazing. When we first started the organization, we never dreamed that we would have this amount of families to help in our community, and just seeing everybody come together and really helping one another, it helps our journey as well. We're in a really good place of peace with Maddie 9 years later, and so I think that it's been really awesome to see so many families come together over the years, and we've become a family within a family.
For Vivian.
For Emma.
For Mary Jo and Ella.
For all of the families that deserve to be heard.
For Maddie.
For Henry, Eric, and Adam.
For all my babies and families that I've cared for.
For Vivian.
For Emma.
For all the moms that go home alone.
For Maddie.